I was reminded today how difficult it is to listen when we're thinking, even if we're thinking about listening. I was in the coffee shop this morning getting a little breakfast. We're staying at a hotel, and they give you a little certificate. You can go in and get this basic breakfast. And usually it goes really smooth. I always order the same thing for Isami and me, and it just goes through and there's nothing to pay or whatever. But this time I gave the same certificates to the cashier. She explained to me that they're only worth $6 each and that I can pick from the menu. And I was like, okay, I understand already. And so I ordered the things. And then she said, oh, you can't get that extra hard-boiled egg. You're gonna have to pay for that. It's an extra 80 cents. And I just said, sure, that's fine. And then she explained it to me again, and then a third time. I was like, it's okay. I don't mind paying 80 cents for the hard-boiled egg. No problem. But I know what's actually going to happen is then she goes and checks with somebody else, checks the $6 thing. I think she's new there and she's worried about getting things wrong or maybe already got in trouble. And she rings it all up. Turns out our order is $11.80, so there's no charge for anything, which is what I anticipated all along. And then she looks really confused and goes and checks with somebody again and comes back and then sends me on my way to wait for the order. And I should mention, too, that I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this person, that they're funny. It was actually a very nice person. She was doing her best to give me customer service, but she wasn't able to listen. She couldn't hear what I was trying to say or really listen to what was happening because she was busy thinking about what she thought should be happening or might be happening. And this happens a lot to all of us, right? And so next I'm waiting, and they come over, and she's trying to figure out how to make 2 hard-boiled eggs takeout. And she calls somebody over, they're talking about it, and I said, well, usually they just put them in a cup. Now in Japanese, in the cup ends with cup nakade, but nakade also means for here instead of takeout. And so as soon as I said it, instead of hearing that I was saying usually they put the eggs in the cup, she just heard 2 words, and then she's kind of in a panic, like quickly started to clear everything. Oh, you're eating here. And so she cleared off all the takeout stuff and started getting a plate, and I was rushing to do it. I was like, no. They usually put the eggs into a cup. Still, she couldn't hear me. And then I had to say, okay, that's not right. Nothing is for here. And then she still didn't understand. I'm like, everything's takeout. This is all takeout. Okay, got it. And at that point I realized, okay, she's doing her best to give me customer service. And I really just need to close my mouth and stop trying to help because my words are confusing her, even though they're really clear. That part of Japanese I can actually do. Ordering breakfast. That's my specialty. And so I just waited. They collected it all and went on my way. And it was funny because I was back at the hotel. I was talking to Isami that, I noticed this. And she said, yeah, that sounds familiar. And we were laughing because I do the same thing. I do the same thing when I'm really thinking about something. Even if somebody's talking to me and I want to be listening to them and I'm trying to focus on them, if I'm thinking about something, about what I might say or about, what it might mean or what I want to say to help them or, thinking about anything, I'm only half listening. I might be getting the keywords to what they're saying, but I'm not really getting the full message and I'm not really connecting with them. I'm in my head rather than really connecting with them. And so it's a good reminder to me, and hopefully to you too, to listen fully. So to be in that space of spirit mind, just be in curiosity. I might be looking at Hisami, listening, smiling, and enjoying getting to know her and hearing what she's joyful about in the moment or sad about in the moment or whatever, right? So I'm really listening with the intent to connect, not the intent to fix things. Nothing really needs to be thought about. All the information that I need is going to be there when I need it. And when we're in that space, we can truly listen, we can truly connect. And it's so much different than the half-listening thinking that we tend to do with our material mind.